Major funding for NJTV News is provided in part by RWJ Barnabas Health. Let's be healthy together. NJM Insurance Group, serving the insurance needs of New Jersey residents and businesses for more than 100 years. And Horizon Blue Cross Blue Shield of New Jersey, an independent licensee of the Blue Cross and Blue Shield Association.
Tonight on NJTV News, saving energy.
How can we get more energy efficient and save all ratepayers money? Lots of ideas today as New Jersey works to update its energy master plan.
The Department of Health receives over 140 applications for those hoping to operate just 6 new medical marijuana dispensaries in the state. So how will they be selected?
Plus, a groundbreaking for a new apartment complex on the site of an old rope factory. What's in it for the locals? And the final installment of our special PBS series on homeless men. How many made it off the streets? Those stories and more next on NJTV News.
Live from the Agnes Varus NJTV studio at 2 Gateway Center in Newark, this is NJTV News with Mary Alice Williams.
Hello, thank you for joining us. New Jersey is required by statute to design an energy master plan every decade. The most recent master plan was published in 1991. It's been updated intermittently, but now a new master plan is in the works that will include clean energy. But what about less energy? Senior correspondent Brenda Flanagan reports on Peril and Promise, the challenge of climate change.
You can kill the lights and watch the thermostat, but the committee drafting New Jersey's new energy master plan wants big ideas about cutting energy consumption and saving money, because, as many testified,
the energy that we do not use is the cheapest form of energy.
The master plan, due next June, will help guide New Jersey towards Governor Murphy's goal of making Jersey a 100% clean energy state by 2050. Already, his administration's fostering new wind and solar power industries and moving to reduce greenhouse gas emissions. Using energy efficiently by reducing demand is critical, but problematic.
There is no meter to measure how much energy we're saving, at least not at the state level. That poses a challenge.
Take rebates for buying energy-efficient appliances or installing new windows.
Better weatherization, printing LED light bulbs, getting rid of the always-on TVs and cable boxes. You would reduce energy use by 30% on the average home. Think about that. How many fewer pipelines and power plants would we need if we did that?
We can make a difference when we hear from diverse stakeholders. And Princeton Student Climate Initiative has taken this mindset to heart.
But advocates argued rewards for energy reduction need to be fairly distributed, not totally focused on folks who can afford upgrades.
So we challenged the BPU and all the environmentalists here in the room, everyone here in the room, to come up with approaches that will reward the efforts that lower-income people make to reduce their energy uses just as much as those of higher-income people.
New Jersey Natural Gas explained its energy audit programs don't just benefit affluent customers, but
about 30% of the audits that we go on to do, we cannot help those customers. Even though the customer is interested, we've already made the effort to get out there because of structural and safety issues with the premise. So we need to try to improve that.
Another complication, the governor and lawmakers continue to raid New Jersey's Clean Energy Fund to help balance the budget. And officials must convince businesses to make their buildings energy efficient.
And do this by considering property tax incentives for commercial buildings that exceed a specified energy efficiency score. This would require all commercial buildings to be audited and scored using the Energy Star program.
Businesses can save money by saving energy, but they need guidance.
His electric bill was lower this year than last year, even though it's an air-conditioned space. If that doesn't tell you it worked, I don't know what does. But if I was not there to help him walk through it as a courtesy, it wouldn't have gotten done.
The committee will review all of the comments. There will be 3 more public hearings on building a better energy master plan for New Jersey, the next one scheduled for next Thursday. In Trenton, I'm Brenda Flanagan, NJTV News.
Now to building better businesses. At the New Jersey Business and Industry Association's 4th annual Women Business Leaders Forum, a panel of both women and men shared their ideas on how to help women become part of the next generation of CEOs.
I think it's very interesting that as we saw the tide of Me Too this past year, how we've already been working in this space of women feeling more comfortable to talk transparently about issues in the workplace. And again, the challenge in the past is you didn't have enough women up in the C-suite, in the boardroom, in order to have these discussions. Now that women are coming in, we need to ensure the environment is appropriate and that women have the right to speak up about what's right and what's not right, and they are.
Events like this at BIA allow women, give them the tools they need, the confidence they need to move forward and move into that room where they look different than other people.
Men need to get woke to this as well. And I think we've been asleep at the wheel, not realizing the impact that some of our PTO policies and leave policies, the impact that they had on ladies' careers previously. But I think the conversation started, and I encourage for it to continue, and I hope that we can be a part of making things change for the better.
Money to spur innovation. That tops tonight's business news. Standing by with the details is Rhonda Schaffler. Rhonda?
Mary Alice, 4 cities, Trenton, New Brunswick, Atlantic City, and Bridgeton, were selected to receive $100,000 in grants from the state to help grow their local economies. The grants were awarded by the state's Economic Development Authority through its so-called Innovation Challenge program. Each community submitted unique proposals. For instance, Atlantic City wants to team up with Stockton University to create a Center for Marine and Environmental Science, while Trenton wants to create a business incubator near the train station. Other winners of the state's Innovation Challenge Awards included 4 counties, Atlantic, Camden, Monmouth, and Passaic, as well as the Township of Union. Camden-based companies are finding difficulty as they try to find qualified workers for jobs. According to a report in ROI, companies which have recently opened plants in the city are having trouble recruiting and retaining workers. Those companies include Holtec, which receives state tax breaks for moving to Camden, and a recycling company, EMR. The companies say even when they find the right workers, high turnover is a problem. They blame a lack of training and, in some cases, difficult adjustments for workers who previously did not have a job. The first ever state audit of the Casino Reinvestment Development Authority this week uncovered fiscal mismanagement and numerous operational deficiencies. Among the findings, the authority, quote, lacked a process to monitor compliance with contract terms, resulting in overpayments and lost revenue. According to Press of Atlantic City, the audit also found the CRDA failed to monitor the actual cost and economic impact of the Miss America pageant, which it sponsors. The CRDA, which is funded from a portion of casino taxes, was created to spur economic development in the city and state. In our retail roundup today, 2 different companies are opening their first stores in New Jersey. Trendy eyeglass chain Warby Parker opens in the Garden State Plaza in Paramus, and Land's End will open its first standalone store at the Chimney Rock Crossing Shopping Center in Bridgewater. Meantime, a popular burger joint is coming to the Garden State Parkway. Shake Shack will be part of the Monmouth service area when it reopens this spring following renovations. One retail chain, Barnes & Noble, though, plans to close its store in Howell. We'll know before the end of the year where Amazon will locate its second headquarters. Amazon CEO Jeff Bezos said that during a speech in Washington yesterday, but he gave no hints about which way the company is leaning. New Jersey has offered $7 billion in incentives to locate HQ2 here in Newark. Hurricane Florence may have already caused billions of dollars in property damage, according to one estimate. CoreLogic, a property data company, estimated 250,000 homes in North Carolina will be impacted by storm surge and wind, causing up to $5 billion in insured property losses. Now, those estimates do not include damage from flooding, which means it's going to be much costlier. On Wall Street, stocks closed little changed on this Friday. The Dow was up about 8 points. And those are your top business stories.
A vacant Jersey City site that for 50 years housed a rope factory is slated to become residential housing. Construction at the historic Whitlock Cottage site was started back in 2003, then halted by previous developers. Now, 15 years later, the groundbreaking by a new developer who'll create 330 residential units, 230 of them affordable housing, by erecting 29 new buildings and restoring the 5 existing ones. The mayor says nearly half the work will go to local contractors. The landmark smokestacks will be preserved. Legislation to legalize recreational marijuana is still being negotiated, but the state's already pushing to expand the medical marijuana program, and entrepreneurs and organizations are lining up for licenses in the potentially lucrative New Jersey market. Brianna Vannozzi reports.
Competition from organizations vying for one of the new medical marijuana licenses is intense. 146 applicants are hoping to bring a medical marijuana dispensary to a town near you. New Jersey's Department of Health has a little under 2 months to review their requests to run just 6 new dispensaries in the state.
Those are broken down: 50 in the northern region, 45 in the central region, and 51 in the southern region.
The assistant commissioner for the state medical marijuana program says the process was rigorous, qualifications demanding.
They range from past business experience, so whether or not an applicant has experience either working in regulated cannabis industry or other highly regulated industries, such as healthcare or banking, those sort of things. Also looking at their ability to comply with our regulations, so things like record keeping, employee procedures.
And how they'll cultivate, manufacture, and dispense marijuana. Corporate social responsibility is another big one. Commitment and support to the local community they'll be rooted in. The state can't keep up with demand since adding 5 new categories of qualifying medical conditions, including migraines and anxiety. There are now roughly 31,000 patients in the program, compared to around 17,000 at the beginning of the year. That's according to the state health department. And every day, officials say they register another 100 patients in the program.
All eyes are on New Jersey right now in this industry. Nationwide, and even to our brothers and sisters in Canada, we're all looking to see what New Jersey is going to do. To be completely honest with you, there has not been a state yet that has passed legalization or adult use that has gotten it right.
Wanda James is a Colorado-based entrepreneur. In 2009, she became the first African-American legally licensed to sell marijuana. She says just 1% of dispensaries across the nation are minority-owned. So she applied for a license in Paterson and Trenton, hoping to bring her experience and mission for social justice here.
This is typical in the industry, and the reason why it's typical is lack of funding. This is a $30 million project to be able to get off the ground.
It's the same reason longtime Trenton business owner and community advocate Tracy Syfax wants to open a dispensary. He was convicted of drug-related charges 30 years ago. His record was recently expunged, but he shudders at the thought of those making money off a drug while others serve time.
Trenton Metro can have an opportunity to change that. They can have an opportunity to give those who've been disenfranchised, those who completely are being left out of the mainstream economy, a chance to redeem themselves.
Whether or not a business involves minority groups, women, veterans in their leadership and whether or not they're certified as doing so, in total represents about 5% of the total overall score for an applicant. We're also, though, we weaved diversity throughout other sections.
The state already has 6 dispensaries scattered throughout. Some have argued the lengthy distances between make access tough for the elderly or disabled. This plan doubles that by awarding 2 new licenses each for the northern, central, and southern regions. The Department of Health won't say how many applicants came from within and outside of New Jersey. The winners of those 6 new licenses will be announced November 1st. In Trenton, Brianna Vannozzi, NJTV News.
In the eye of a hurricane, that tops tonight's Garden State Express. Our first stop, Joint Base McGuire-Dix Lakehurst, from where famous urban search and rescue team New Jersey Task Force 1 deployed to the hurricane zone, setting up a base in Kinston, North Carolina, before Florence made landfall, then ordered to restage in Beaufort County. Task Force 1 is a federally recognized USAR team ready to respond to any catastrophic event, including rescuing people trapped by floodwaters. Next to Plainsboro, honoring the first principal of the community middle school. Dr. Arthur C. Downs Jr. opened the school in 1987, and many of the programs initiated under his 22 years of leadership were also adopted by other middle schools. Dr. Downs retired 7 years ago after serving children for half a century in the West Windsor-Plainsboro School District. Now they've unveiled a plaque in his honor. Finally, Englewood, where parts of the bold marvel of a mural that adorned Alexander's department store are being put on public display. 5 panels that carry the signature of Polish artist and Holocaust survivor Stefan Knapp are being displayed at Bergen Performing Arts Center. Some have been at the Art Factory in Patterson, available for viewing during art walks only since 2015. The rest of the panels, 280 in all, have been in storage since the department store folded in 1992. But back in the day, a Bergen Museum of Art and Science vice president quoted as saying the mural was so gigantic, airline pilots used it as a marker to fly into LaGuardia. And that's the Garden State Express for Friday, September 14th. Something up in your neighborhood? Tip us off. Two of the state's oldest industrial cities have new mayors elected to revitalize their towns. Patterson Mayor Andre Saya and Trenton Mayor Reed Gusciora explained their strategies to spark a renaissance on this weekend's episode of On the Record with Chief Political Correspondent Michael Aaron.
We have to improve our image, and it starts with public safety, which is a priority for me. And we want to rebrand the city as far as marketing Patterson to potential investors. So what we're saying is we're the home of the Great Falls, great food, and a great future.
You and I were talking before we went on the air about all the Middle Eastern restaurants in South Patterson. I live 15 minutes away in Montclair, which feels like another world away. Tell people statewide about South Patterson.
So I represented that area as a councilman for 10 years. I affectionately refer to it as the Halal Meatpacking District. So New York's got their own. We have ours as well. It's vibrant, it's bustling, it's Main Street in Patterson, and you can see it, you can feel it. You drive down, you'll see new buildings being erected, you're gonna see new restaurants emerging, you're gonna see somewhat of a nightlife as well, and it just speaks to the multiculturalism in Patterson. I wanna play to that strength.
We're working very closely with council to really turn Trenton around and bring in economic development, work on public safety issues, and work on education issues, and then straighten out our water department, which is a resource that is a positive flow into the city.
I read somewhere that one of the selling points of Trenton in terms of economic development is now it's very affordable. I guess that's the upside of being down.
Absolutely. We have Governor Murphy's cannabis expansion program. We have 7 entities that are applying for that license that will base themselves in Trenton.
A recreational
This is for medical marijuana. Medical marijuana.
You can watch Michael's entire interview Saturday evening at 6:30 and again Sunday morning at 10:30. Tonight, the final installment of the series Getting Off the Streets. PBS cameras following 4 men as they make their way through a homeless rehabilitation program. Which of the men make it through graduation? Which go back out, still chasing the dream?
Our final destination.
Damley House is our transitional housing program. Now they got some freedom. Big Bill and Mr. Ship will be moving to Damley House. Y'all ready to pull numbers? Okay.
I got room 1. I prefer downstairs.
So which room upstairs do you want?
One right by the steps there.
We'll be doing random drug testing. It really is a giant step to go from the network to Damley House. Y'all ready? I'm ecstatic on graduation day. Happy, hugging them. A lot of times it's the first time they completed something. Sober.
Once you graduate and you don't have that support, and it has to come from within inside of you, you got to prepare for that.
What's going on, man? Congratulations, graduation day.
We're going to hand out the graduation certificates.
They call me Big Bill. All these people to help us and love us. It's just a beautiful moment for me, and I hope I can give back what they have given me.
It's not the first time in my life graduating anything. You have support and that people helping you, and have the support of God, you can change too. That's about all I gotta say.
It means like the world right now to him.
First time I can say in my life, I'm a happy man.
I lost a girl. She died. It's tearing me up right now. Instead of me talking about it, what I do, run to the beer. I'm sorry for that. When we got back to where we live at, there was nobody around I could talk to. This is gonna be my first room in years. This is from my baptism service. This is what I received today. I can call my spot to see how he's doing.
It's not available.
Try to call him, he's not home. Let's just see if I can reach somebody else.
He started drinking at 10. He's 63. He drank for 53 years.
She's not home right now, though. I know she's not home.
His battle is far from over. He told me he was ready to go home, back to the city of Camden, and be homeless again. That was hard. That was really hard. If we can save one individual, just one, then we've done what we were supposed to be doing.
You can view the entire 5-part series, Getting Off the Streets, at pbs.org/chasingthedream. And now some noteworthy facts that help you know Jersey. There are some 280,000 women-owned businesses in New Jersey. The health department says the medical marijuana program is adding roughly 700 patients a week. In 1977, New Jersey enacted a law requiring regularly updated energy master plan. The last update was in 2015. And after the Revolutionary War, Trenton was briefly the national capital of the United States in November and December of 1784. If there's someone who you'd like to get to know Jersey, share. Use hashtag #NoJersey. Next week on NJTV News, how changes to the vote-by-mail law will affect the November election. To share any story you've seen tonight, go to njtvnews.org. I'm Mary Alice Williams. For all the men and women of NJTV News, thank you for being here. Enjoy the weekend.
The members of the New Jersey Education Association, making public schools great for every child. And PSE&G, we make things work for communities. Funding for Chasing the Dream is provided by the JPB Foundation and the Ford Foundation. Lead funding for Peril and Promise is provided by Dr. P. Roy Vagelos and Diana T. Vagelos. Major support is provided by the Mark Haas Foundation and Sue and Edgar Wackenheim III.